with someone that actually knows their shit, and that's where he's stuck at. He's like just kind of there, and he's frightened to kind of move out of that space.
Well, you gotta remember something too. He literally got famous from being a troll in a video game that didn't come out that long ago. He was a grown man playing this game, and he was just, being an idiot, shit-talking people, and it's like, oh, he's the most famous shit-talker in this fucking old-ass game. Or not even that old, Halo 3. Yeah. And from there, he's built up his entire career on being this shit-talker in this stupid video game. And it's just like, where do you go from there? Unless you're an insanely intelligent person, like, really, where do you go from there? And I don't feel like he has the intelligence to, properly, to just get out of that mindset of, like, I'm the biggest shit-talker in the world. Okay. And so, I don't know. But then again, I don't know. There was one day I was watching him stream, and he ended the stream, this was after all the Leafy drama and all that crap had happened. And he was, he was trying to play Rust or whatever on his stream, and his fans all talking to him, and he was in kind of an okay mood in the beginning, but near the end, a bunch of people started running up to him in this game. It's a live game. Yeah. And they ran up to him, and they were just like, you fucking know me, you fucking, I'm fast as fuck, boy, they're doing that kind of shit to him, right? And he just stops, and he stops playing for a second, doesn't even look at his, webcam, he's just, really upset looking, and he just stopped the stream. Just, stopped it, ended it. Yeah. And you could, see this, legit, I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so tired. I'm so sad right now. And it was like, wow. And everyone was just like, what the fuck happened? What happened? And then, I don't know, a week later or so, he's streaming and he's just, laughing, and people run up to him, and he's like, yeah, fuck you, or whatever, and he's doing his thing. And then eventually, whenever he play that game on stream, he'd just ignore those people and not care and be going off about other things. But yeah, that one day when I saw him acting like that, that was what got me really going. Maybe this dude is, legit bipolar. Yeah. Maybe that's what's really going on here. He's just kind of up and down. Yeah. Or he's just or like you said, it's just that mentality of I can't quite mature, fully, high school to college mentality, like you explained for me. It could be that. I don't know, man. He's an anomaly. I don't, or enigma.
I don't think that's entirely the case, because I've watched a couple of his streams where he I remember it was one stream where it was just after the cattle prod incident. I think it was actually on the same night. And what it was is that he started watching a video about genetic mutation, and he actually was able to sit down and actually talk like an intelligent person, actually think, and be able to go on and on like that. And what I think. This is based off of what I've seen a lot from his streams and stuff, and that is, he legit gets triggered, and I don't mean just from normal shit. I mean straight up from his own Discord. For example, when he would go on Discord, and when he would go on Discord, or at least initially during his streams, he would go on there and try to jump into different chats and just see what's going on, and just basically have people highlighted for a few seconds on his stream. But what would start to happen is that once somebody would start calling him a fucking gnome or a nigger, or just start going on and on about some of his notorious comments, he instantly just gets upset, triggered, and just instantly leaves, and they end up getting banned. And it's to the point where he doesn't join back in Discord until the very end of the night, near the end of his stream. And if somebody calls him a fucking gnome or anything else like that, he does not get on until the next day, if not later. Yeah. Which is a huge fucking problem. And
But see, I've seen him do the opposite at the same time. I've seen, people are calling him shit like that, and he's like, oh, well, you're, I'm richer than you, and he's doing everything, he's doing that whole, I'm so much better than you, are you a YouTuber, because I have all these subscribers, and you don't, and I'm on the beta podcast, and you're not, and I have all this money, and you probably don't, you're probably some basement-dwelling fucking nerd, and, I've seen both sides of this guy, so that's the weird thing,
Yeah, it's weird how, like you say, 1 minute you could be having a totally normal conversation, and then he'll just, for no reason at all,
flip.
Yeah, he'll try and flip the script on you. But the thing that pissed me off was the Jason Sartorius video that he posted, and I fucking let him know straight up, how fucking dare you do this? How fucking dare you report on a teenage boy's surfing habits? I don't care if it's public information. I don't care if you think you feel, if you truly believe that you have a job to do, one thing you never fucking do ever is report on porn and teenage boys in the same fucking sentence. And he just shut the fuck up. And I was like, people, that is the sound of a man who knows he has fucked up. And then he tried getting on me
about... And he should know better because he's a fucking 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I've never talked to Kinstar, but there's another thing that, like, I want to bring up. The Total Biscuit thing.
Yeah.
That was completely, utterly fucked up. If you've seen the Twitter video, like, I hope you die of cancer, that, if you know if it's a joke or not...
Well, that's so old, dude. How many... we've all said nigger in this... I mean, we're breaking, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. I haven't.
All fucked up,
no.
Hold on.
But I'm not directing it to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference.
Okay, but what if you and I got in a fight, right? And Dana, right now we got in a fight, and you know what my current thing was, right? Okay, so what if we got in a really severe fight, and you went, you know what, Anto, I hope that thing fucking kills you. And I'm like, fuck you, right? But then, like, a week later, we talk, and it's just like, you know, man, I was fucking sorry. I fucked up. I was in the heat of the moment. I was really pissed off. I mean, for the rest of eternity, are you supposed to be ostracized for it?
Man,
seriously,
I've never said anything about that. Like, ever. Like, never in my life I've directed cancer to anybody. Just like you said about something else. No, just like you said about something else. Listen to me. I've said shit that I've been furious about. Like, I said I wanted to dox, like, somebody, but that was out of anger, and I just quickly fixed myself. Because I know when I'm angry and I get pissed off about something. But I've never, like, even, like, that just went way above my standard, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this is
Alright, no.
Yeah.
No,
like,
no,
You're
I totally
my
agree.
devil's advocate here. Stop. I followed Keemstar, and I followed him before that too. So I saw that entire video. Part of that video was edited to where the entire thing wasn't out. And it was talking about how, like, Total Biscuit was completely on the aggression. It was like, you know, that person that... There's, like, two types of, like, people that are, like, aggressive. There's, like, that passive-aggressive where he sends you sticky notes. And then there's full-on aggressive where it's like he's throwing a brick at your head. That was what... Total Biscuit was like throwing a brick. No, not a brick. He was throwing a concrete slab at Keemstar.
Yeah, he was.
And basically Keemstar was saying, what the hell, it's like... And basically, he wasn't saying, haha, I can't wait to report your death. He wasn't saying that as, like, he's saying it to him, but he's saying, what the fuck, you're acting like, haha, I can't wait to report your death. So he did not tell him, I can't wait to report your death because of cancer, but it was based...
He did say he had cancer beforehand. I mean, it was definitely in
no, but what I'm talking about, though, is that, haha, I can't wait to report your death. That is what I'm talking about specifically.
Yeah.
These other videos he had made on the same Twitter that were, where he talked about it. It doesn't justify, but at the same time, no matter how mad... I mean, sometimes people say shit they don't... they regret later. And we don't own time machines. None of us fucking own, like, a time machine. Keemstar cannot go back in time. No, you don't, Seth Roman. Keemstar cannot go back in time and change the shit he's done. He can't fucking do it. And people continuously holding that shit over his head. It's just stupid.
The thing is, because he keeps repeating things
okay, there you go. There's the problem. There's the problem. Right. So like, looking at, like, the grade A stuff and all that, it's fucking stupid, because it's like, yeah, he did all those bad things. Okay, that's his past. Is he going to continue doing them? And then every time he does, that's where you call him out. It's like, look, haven't you learned your fucking lesson? Haven't you learned your lesson yet, man? And every time he fucks up more and more and more and more, that's where you can kind of start really getting on his ass. But when you got guys like Grade A just trying to get 1 million subscribers, because, it's like, oh, he did all these things. Like, right now on Discord, if I got famous tomorrow, or whatever, my God, you can go back and find every goddamn horrible joke I've ever made on here. And it's like, oh, Antomar said the N-word 10,000 times on Discord, and never against anyone, but he still says it, or whatever. He told people to die in a fire, he hopes they were in fucking Italy when that earthquake happened. Oh, what an asshole. You know what I mean? It's just, seriously, think about it. You go back and you go, damn, what kind of things have I really said here, talking hours and hours and hours on end? And like you go and they take these little clips of him on like Battle Cam or playing Halo or doing this or doing that, and going like, see, this is the type of person he is. You're building up your own fucking narrative around this guy.
Because
and also,
the way that he acts currently, you're able to make the assumption that this is the way he's probably acted in the past.
It's like,
Yeah, like it's a stimulus thing because his audience is in the teenage years where they think the most asinine, fucked up shit is hilarious, and he gets a positive reaction from them. He keeps repeating the behavior, and the cycle just keeps continuing. It's a feedback loop of positive reinforcement of negative content.
I've never thought about that either. Yeah, that's really interesting.
Thank you.
he's like a mixed bag. Like, that's all of it. It's just, honestly, yeah. He's a
But
mixed bag.
it does go back to that was an excellent point right there. As it goes back to like I said earlier, that him starting off as the troll, and that's what got him that, that's what got him famous.
We talked about this a while ago on the podcast.
I know. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. He got that. Yeah, well, listen, he got that, positive reinforcement when he did the trolling shit in Halo, and then when he comes from there and he's like, calling people the N-word and doing all this shit, right? And he's getting once again the positive reinforcement. Morgan's 100% right. He doesn't know any other way to really act because no matter what, whenever he comes back to that one thing that he does best, everyone goes, "Oh, that's Keemstar." He gets that big reaction, whether good or bad. It's a reaction, and suddenly it's like, yes, I'm right back, into that, like, everyone's paying attention to me again, and so, but really that does make him look like a child in a way, too, because you gotta at one point go, like, look, even though I'm doing something that's getting a reaction, is it a good thing, or, it's like if I go outside right now and I let some random guy, I say, like Paris Hilton, for example, it's like, I don't know,
the way he drew penises on the pictures of celebrities, it was like, haha, see this dickhead, kind of deal. Yeah.
Here, I can think of something. Remember how Miley Cyrus went through that entire fucking bullshit that she had?
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
It's basically where if she got clean for a couple of years, started actually dressing and acting normal for a change, and then all of a sudden just throws it all away and starts acting the same way again after years of getting better and basically repairing the bullshit that she went through.
Yeah.
That's essentially what we're talking about.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I have to say, out of the three, Keemstar is the one that I've always been curious about because he's the most random, but at the same time, the strangest. I don't think I've ever... He's somebody that I don't think I've ever really been able to truly understand out of that podcast. Like, I can understand Colossal, I can understand Tommy C, but with, like, the spontaneous and just the amount of ignorance and arrogance and the audacity that he has, it's almost mind-baffling. I mean, I talk...
Babbling? Mind-babbling?
Mind-baffling.
I like mind babbling better.
Fuck off.
No, seriously, it's actually a compliment. That word that you just, even though you meant a different one, mind babbling, it perfectly describes Keemstar because he is like a babbling brook of both sanity and chaos. Sorry, sanity and chaos.
You guys bipolar, I'm fucking telling you. I got money on.
I can tell you what I believe 100% Keemstar is.
Okay.
Or, like, how I can summarize it in a phrase, and it's ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And that's usually what it is.
I don't think that's it. No, I don't think that's it at all, because he's making money, he's making, he's got so much fucking attention right now. I mean, I think there are times when he legit likes it, and there are times where he doesn't. There are times he can walk out his door and just goes, everyone fucking loves and hates me right now. Life is beautiful. And then there are days where he's at home with his 12-year-old daughter going, she's going to be 13 tomorrow. And she's going to be going to high school. And she's going to be, or 14 or whatever. She's going to be seeing, all these videos about me and how much people hate me and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's got to be an up and down for him, no matter what, because of his subscriber base and everything.
Exactly. That's the point I was trying to make when I posted the blog a while back. That kind of it did. At first, I kind of blasted Keemstar a little bit, but then I was like, you know what? I said what I need to say to him. I got all that out of my system. Who I'm really worried about is his daughter.
Yeah.
Because how is she going to see him after discovering his content? What the reaction to that content is? Is she going to accept him, or is she going to gradually just push him away? And he really has to think about that.
Yeah, because right now, that's Daddy's. He's her hero right now. I mean, right now he's her hero, and soon she's going to find out that her hero is really a villain, and that's such a sad thing. And then how's she going to have to react around her friends? And it really does. Roman, I think we talked. Are you still here? No, he's not. We do this on a podcast. We were talking about it, but yeah, I mean, it is a scary thought, and I'm sure that goes through his head constantly, man. Yeah. I mean, it's got to, and if it doesn't, he's a fucking moron.
Yeah. No worries about catching it. I meant to say this like when I first started recording, but for the past 15 minutes, I've gotten everything, so no worries about it.
Yeah. But in terms of like with Keemstar, I think it's also just like a bit of a backlash. Like, let me say this, and I can say this because of my godmother, because she was kind of the same way. What it was is that, I'll use my godmother as an example. So she, up to when she was 30, she always acted between that college to high school like mindset where you just party all day and have sex. It's just the idea of who gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. You can act what you want, do what you want. Nobody's gonna fucking care.
Yeah.
Once the reality check kicks in, oh shit, the damage is already done. So you might as well just go with it.
Yeah, it's a frightening prospect.
That's kind of what I see. That's kind of what I see in Keemstar, because like he's talked about how he always wants to shape up, and yet he always tries to apologize for his mistakes. Yeah, the more I sometimes watch his stuff and I sometimes watch his streams, the more that I see that's not the case.
Yeah,
But Gavin already explained this. He already explained it perfectly. It's like every single time he kind of does shape up, he's not getting that response anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck. And then that positive reinforcement or negative or whatever makes him, repeat the same mistakes over, or at least, let's say repeat, have the same patterns, I guess, over and over and over again. Because every time he does, shape up, suddenly he's not popular anymore, because that's what he's known as. Keemstar is known as the rat, the gnome, the asshole, the fucking whatever the hell you want to call him. And so he doesn't have that love and hate anymore. He's going to have to do something. He's going to have to lash out. But, it's, I don't know, I think Gavin hit it right on the head, honestly. I think he hit it right on the head, and I think it's a combination of that personally and bipolar as well.
Yeah. I
really just can't get that bipolar kick, because it's, I also see that as well with him. Sometimes he is getting the positive and negative reinforcement, and it's, so amazing. It's so high up. But you still see that depression in him. And it's like, okay, something's going on. And it could just be personal life shit, too. I mean, we don't know him as a fucking person. That's the biggest thing, that you're looking at people without, when they're just like, he's a fucking piece of shit. This guy's a racist and a horrible person. It's like, well, have you met him? Literally met him? Shook his hand and talked to the guy, literally face to face? Well, no, I talked to him on Discord once. Yeah, but that doesn't mean jack shit. We're all sitting here kind of making our own, really analyzing somebody based on a character that maybe we've talked to over Discord or we've watched on YouTube or we've, listened to in a podcast. But the reality, sadly, is none of us know him. We don't know about his personal life. We don't know if right now he's maybe going through a breakup or his daughter is, maybe doing drugs. Not that, I'm not saying that, hopefully that's, I'm just saying, we don't really know the real human being. That's the biggest issue when it comes to, making up your mind absolutely about the man. Because you don't really know the man,
And that's another thing I want to talk about. No worries, man. It'll just take a minute or two. Trust me. When I talked to him, the very first thing I said was, I am so excited to meet you because I have so much I want to say to you. But first and foremost, let me just say these 3 things. The first being, you are a wonderful parent. The second being, I'm sorry your marriage didn't work out. And the third being, I admire you for the simple fact that you've busted your ass to get to the point you've been at, through the highs, through the lows, through everything. That aside, and then I just kind of vented at him, and he was like, first off, the mother of my child, which means he wasn't married, or he was married, but then they got divorced, but because things weren't really working out, they're still living together. And either that before he had his daughter or after he had his daughter. So if before, then that would mean that the kid is his legitimately. But if after the divorce, that would mean that his daughter is illegitimate and could at any point in time be taken away by a really just brutal custody battle.
Yeah.
All right, you were saying?
No, I mean, no, yeah, no, I think I made my point, but that's a really,
Yeah.
He's dealing with personal issues, and he's dealing with this like internet persona on top of all this.
Mm-hmm.
And that really makes
we don't exactly know that's happening though. I mean, what's
no, but like it could.
Yeah,
it
that
could,
possibility.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
There's a very yeah. Like the only reason I'm not talking is because like you guys are just like you actually have talked to Keemstar like.
Well, I didn't mean jack shit. I've talked to him on Discord.
I know.
Well, talking with him is still talking with him, even if it's only like a shade of him.
Yeah. No, yeah, you've seen a shade of Keemstar that I've never seen before, and I've always thought like Keemstar is an asshole because I've always followed Leafy. Okay, like this was So now coming into this community and seeing that hey, this person is an asshole, like it just changes your mind. Like you thought these people used to be like someone else,
Oh, yeah.
But then hearing like here, I'll give you an example. If you know this YouTuber called Rebel Taxi, right?
Right.
I've talked to him many times. No, yeah, I've talked to him many times about you guys. This guy, I actually knew him. Like, oh my god, you know Rebel Taxi. You know what the first thing he said to me was? What asshole. So like, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it just boggles your mind because you've been following. Well, I've been following a lot of YouTubers, and finally going into a community full of YouTubers, it's just, what the fuck? You know?
Well, and here's something that I like about Discord, because you're at least able to talk to people that are like YouTubers. You are able to actually have a conversation with them, and you are somewhat able to know behind the person behind that YouTube channel or behind that character that you love and enjoy to watch. However, well, I've seen a big problem, and it's that none of the YouTubers actually do that. You know?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You mean they always keep their persona going, or do you mean? What do you mean?
No. What I'm saying is that, alright, Discord is a nice place.
Yes.
And it's because, for example, you're able to create channels, you're able to do stuff that you can be able to... Fuck, I need to...
Oh wait,
yeah.
I got it. I can. Okay,
No,
you're
I can say
able
that.
to create servers in which there are tiered levels of moderative and administrative power granted to those that you can trust. And if you're a big-time YouTuber, you can pop in and out whenever you please. But what I think he's trying to get, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is that most YouTubers outside of the I don't want to, well, yeah, tabloid channels, because that's in actuality what they are. They're reporting on the goings-ons of the YouTube channels, not the prank channels, because those fuckers are assholes. I mean, they may behave differently off camera, but they are fucking social terrorists, and FouseyTube deserves all of the fucking hate he gets. Okay, that aside, outside of all the other genres of tubers out there, the only ones that consistently visit Discord are the tabloid channels themselves, because they need to keep abreast of like what's going on and everything else. But as with gaming ones, since they're so busy getting uploads ready, focused on their own lives, their own goings-ons, they don't have that time to really interact with their fan base outside of like, oh, here's the comment with the most likes, here's the Tumblr post with the most sense, here's what everything else, and something else. So I think that's the point he was trying to get at.
Well, here's what I'm. Well, you only scratch the surface of what I was going to say.
Okay.
The problem with Discord that I've noticed, especially with people like Keemstar and others, is that with Discord, it's a good idea because what I could do is, for example, if I was on Keemstars or if I was on Pyrocynicals, James Keys, or anything, I could actually set up a voice channel where everyone could go into that channel, could flock into that channel, and a bigger YouTuber or somebody important like Hyojin, like Skyfall, like Pyrocynical, like Joel, and many others could go in there and talk, but everyone else in there is muted, so that way, like, they're not spammed, you don't have to deal with toxic shit, and then if you want to ask or say something to them, all you have to do is ask, and then they can unmute you. That way you can actually talk to them.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying here. Discord is nice because you can actually talk to some of the people that you've idolized and that you always love to enjoy to watch.
Yeah.
But the problem is that once you start doing that, again, with like Keemstar and with Dino, now you actually start to see their true colors and see something that's completely different based off of what you've seen.
Sometimes it'll ruin it for you.
Yeah, in essence, it's like that old saying, you never want to meet your heroes because the people will never actually live up to the expectation that you set for them. Right?
Well, yeah, no, but let me continue though.
Okay.
But another problem is that with Discord, because of this though, nobody understands that if you are somebody that's important, you should set up a channel that everyone is muted except for people that are extremely higher up, such as mods, anything like a YouTuber or anything that you think is extremely important, and up.
Yeah.
That way you can actually talk. That way your own fans can listen to you, and that way too your fans can talk to you too. But everybody's afraid of that because just like James Key, just like Keemstar.
No, because here's the deal. Like Dylan the Hacker, I was helping him out for a long time with his channel. Like when we day one, it was chaos. But the more time he spent just like talking to everyone, eventually the chaos died down, and there was like 1,000 something, 2,000 whatever. People started joining, and after a while, it just became like, oh, he's one of us. If you go to Mr. Epsilon's server right now, he's in general every goddamn day, and no one's muting anyone. You don't have to have that hierarchy. If you just go, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to have a lot of fucking fans, it's going to be hard at first, and then stick it out, trust me, after a day or 2 or 3, it works out. It does.
Oh,
except for Zapdice.
I'm well aware of that effect. Where
but with Zapdice, that's because they have private chats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the issue with YouTubers, is you will see them in the private chat, and you don't even like you just wait in the general chat for like 2 hours, and they never come down.
Yeah.
Like, unless there's something important, but mostly that they're fooling around, and it pisses me off. Like, I can never talk to
but you don't. But you understand too, though. They don't want to talk about their job.
Yeah.
No,
back when I was doing my shit on YouTube, it was.
I know. I'm just.
But that was.
Your frustration is really noted, because oh, sorry, you were saying?
I get what I'm trying to saying is because, you view Discord as a way to reach them. It's, you're so close to them, you're in the chat right next to them. Yet there's still a hierarchy that blocks you from talking to them with the locked chat. So it's almost as if you're not worthy to speak to them anymore.
Yeah.
Or they still don't want to talk to them.
I've been in many communities with the hierarchy, and it's just utter bullshit. I understand, utter bullshit. I swear, I've been in 5 other communities, and it's just bullshit. And if it keeps on continuing, it's gonna get worse and worse. And I'm not saying
those channels shut down or servers shut down real quick when it keeps. I mean, look at how bad Colossal Server is. Like every other month or every other week or day at this point, it's constantly breaking completely down and then having to be built up again. I mean, that's the thing. After a while, people do get tired of it. You know, I mean, it's.
And that's why I'm saying that, with Discord, the problem is that if YouTubers or important figures like Londo, Eli, Zaptai, and many others come in, you need to actually get into those chats. Again, what I said was based on how people have acted in Zapdice whenever Pyrocynical got on. Because when Pyrocynical got on at one point, it was toxic.
Yeah.
It was absolutely toxic. The mods were constantly spammed with absolute shit saying, move me up, move me up. Same thing with the admins.
Oh God, yeah.
And it was just a general shit fest, which is why I said, if you were to have a channel where everyone is muted except for important figures, mod or staff or the owner, then I think that would be fine. Then that would actually start to encourage people like Zaptai, Eli, that are usually sitting in private, to actually come down and sit in a general chat.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Nobody's understanding this, though.
Actually, the way I set up my... Pardon me for interrupting. The way I set up my server, because even though you guys don't generally know me, you only know me from this initial chat, and Roman knows me from my Twitter videos, my streams, and everything else in which I just...
I know you because I know Days.
Yeah,
That's how Days knows you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, the way I set up my server was every level had its own individual chat, where only the role named, as well as the admin and mods can like get into it. So.
Well, that's what we just did today, really, honestly. That's it.
Yeah.
And out of the blue. And so today we had to kind of do that for, 4 or 5 hours, going through and just kind of setting up that hierarchy. So now the junkies can go into their own chat room, and so can all of, like the mods and everything. And we've had to kind of like do that now here, because there's days where there's 20, 30, 40 people in one goddamn, general chat all screaming and yelling at each other. And then people end up leaving and getting upset, or, all kinds of crap happens. It just becomes chaos.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it sucks in a way. I really wish that, there was a better way of doing it. But, also, I have General Quiet here, you can see, on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep telling people, look, when it gets too hectic in here, if you want to just chill and talk to someone, you're playing chess, maybe online or whatever, go to General Quiet. The second you do, everyone follows you. They want to go where the people are talking, always. Yeah. And then if you just leave completely, then everything dies.
Yeah.
And it's really weird. Like that's what I was telling you before, when you very first asked something about, I don't know if you were joking around or what, but you said something about how to keep the server alive. I mean, I've helped so many people get their servers going, and it was always like, okay, I would just take literally 3 days out of my life because I was friends with them or whatever, and sit in voice chat. Just sit here like this.
Yeah.
And, just being in here, people naturally join because they see oh shit, this server's alive, people are talking. I leave and everyone vanishes. And I have that same effect now in here because, I'm nobody, really. Not in this particular community, I'm a nobody. And so, people just follow me around because I'm that guy that people see on different servers as the admin or the guy always in voice chat, or I'm that guy that, hey, isn't that the dude sounds like Elvis Alien, which I don't. But, it's what was the fucking point I was getting at? You know what? I just forgot the point I was getting at. I'm going to go shut the door.
It's the Oasis Mirage effect, where
that's where I was going.
Okay, you understand where I'm going? Okay, for those that don't understand the Oasis Mirage effect, it's where, imagine everyone that joins the server or joins your personal server as one of those tattered, beleaguered, dehydrated sons of bitches you see wandering through the desert going, water, or whatever your username